They say the early bird gets the worm, inspiring motivation if you're the bird. The worm, however, has no idea when her future will be plucked away by the next airborne attacker. Welcome back to another episode of Three Gossip Girls. I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
And tonight, up for discussion, can't wait, is Season 6, Episode 6, Where the Vile Things Are. Original air date November 19th, 2012, written by Dan Steele and directed by Norman Buckley. Blair gets ready for her mother's imminent arrival, but is unprepared for the set of demands her mother puts upon her. Serena volunteers to help Dan find a new place to live, but their time together brings up unexpected emotions. With Ivy's help, Chuck discovers there's evidence incriminating his father in illegal activities and enlists the help of Nate to retrieve it. Meanwhile, Rufus and Ivy are excited about their art gallery opening until they find an empty RSVP list and must scramble to find another way to make the event a success. I could cry.
The profanity coming out of my mouth while watching this episode
was a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of I'll save it. You're welcome.
Yes. So to make things a little better, my glass full of gossip tonight is titled Spectrum, which is the portrait, the big rainbow woman portrait. And I picked a rainbow drink for a rainbow
oh my God,
portrait.
I have it in my fridge.
Awesome. So that's all right. You can have a nice cocktail after this episode. But it's the GTS kombucha, the trilogy kind, which if you know, the bottle is rainbow. It's super pretty. And I felt like that was really fitting for this episode because I haven't done kombucha yet all season, which who am I?
Oh my God, you haven't.
We always drink kombucha, so I felt like it was time to include, and this bottle was perfect. And my three gossip words to remind everyone, we had painting for the painting having the hidden envelope behind, the Vespa for a throwback to our Sag days, and amends, which honestly, I wrote my three gossip words for next week and I used amends. And I was like, have I used this one before? Because next week really is amends, but I'll keep it for this week for basically, I'm trying to think of the amends in this episode. Dan making amends maybe with Serena. I don't really remember why I picked amends, but I picked amends. Yeah. I guess my brain was all sorts of jumbled from this episode. So let's get into it. We're going to start with Blair. Dan has released his serial, The Blair Chapter. Mm-hmm. She's out in the open.
Yep.
And in it, which I have in trivia, I will read, it's basically a summary of her being stuck in high school, which no surprise that Blair is still the little petty girl she has always been in high school.
Even though she is, we still see her going back to her ways, it's not as triggering because I still see growth with her.
Yeah.
Compared to our other friends who just aren't going anywhere and their names rhyme with Memorina. But, yeah, this actually, I loved this storyline in this episode, the Blair storyline.
Yes, I also did enjoy it. We have Eleanor. She's also in town, not impressed by Blair's new sales. She got the 3 Bs, Barney's, Bergdorf's, and Bloomies, but it's not enough for Eleanor. She tells Blair that she's thinking that Blair's deviant personality type is actually not really working for her company, and she better mature fast, otherwise she's getting the boot. So Blair agrees to shape up since she does want to keep the company, and she meets up with Nellie Yuki per Eleanor's request, and she wants them to bond, but really Blair can't keep her big mouth shut. She can't control the words coming out of her mouth. She's super rude to Nellie, telling her she'll release embarrassing photos of her from high school in the play. And at the end of it, Nellie is like, "You're hopeless. I can't help you here." And Eleanor is so mad at Blair that she doesn't change her ways, so she demotes her.
Yeah. And I felt like, wow, we're going to bring stuff up from high school, like a picture. And I was hoping, I mean, it all worked. Well, Nellie didn't stand for it, but I wanted Nellie to be like, oh, please, that's the best you got. Like,
right.
come
She's like,
on.
"Oh, okay, Blair, you're gonna post that about me." And I'm like, I would be like, who gives a shit?
It's
It's
so
like it was like
childish.
3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one cares.
No.
So then Blair seeks out Humphrey for writing this article, and he believes that it's the truth. And obviously, it's clear her mother and everyone else around her feels the same way. Otherwise, she wouldn't be up in a tizzy about everything, and Eleanor wouldn't have demoted her. So later, she tells her mother in front of Nellie that she's resigning and she wants Nellie to write an article about it so that they get some press. Nellie is like gloating at her. She finds her at the Met steps, and Blair tells her that, oh, you got what you wanted, but like kind of like in a way, you're never going to beat me, even though I resigned. And so then Nellie gets petty and she's like, nobody cares about you. No one will care about what happens to Blair Waldorf. And you're just still stuck in high school. And this is when Blair gets the idea to bring to her mother that she would like to get one more shot at Blair Waldorf designs, or Waldorf designs. And she wants to recreate her Constance uniform, because that's kind of what made Blair so feared and envied in high school, was her fashion sense. And obviously we know like her personality type, but everyone wanted to be Blair Waldorf. And so she says, can I do this? And Eleanor does grant her like this one last time. Yeah, we can see what you do with that.
I
So
love
what'd you
it.
think?
I loved it. I thought this is iconic. This makes sense. And you better be thanking Nellie for giving you this light bulb of an idea. That whole
Yeah.
Met step scene, I loved it, even though Blair was vicious and she's like, oh, you're still sitting below me and we're outside of high
Yes.
school. Like that was awful. But I love,
Yes.
like you said, Nellie talking back to her. But really that light bulb moment came on those steps, and because of Nellie Yuki. And also just the fact of the amount of Nellie we're getting this season.
Yeah. She's kind of just like thrown back in the mix like she always was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is nice to see, because we did enjoy her character and it was always comical when she's on the screen.
Yeah.
But I felt like and in the reboot, we do get that great Nellie Yuki episode and she's killing it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she gets over this whole like below Blair thing. It's not
sure.
it's apparent in this episode, but it's not like at its fullest potential, obviously, because we're still sort of fresh from it all.
Yeah.
But Blair honestly rubbed me the wrong. As much as I like this storyline and her getting to recreate her high school days, I didn't really enjoy Blair being so nasty. But what else is new?
Yeah, why do we have to continue to be nasty to Nellie? Is it a jealousy thing? Is it like recognizing you have made it and I'm struggling?
Mm-hmm.
I still have this weird power over you that we both know. It's like this unspoken power.
Yeah. And she's just they're both obviously still very insecure little girls.
Yes.
That are, it's clearly jealous. Like she's not doing well in her career, even though she thought when she would graduate high school and go to college, like everything would work out in her favor. But now she kind of is left with nothing in a way, because she's not married to her Prince Charming. Mm-mm. Or the prince or whoever she was going to marry, and her job is at stake. So she's always had pretty low confidence, but I'm sure it's pretty low now, lower.
Yeah.
Humpkins, let's talk about this mess. You look like a rat.
I know I do, right?
That should be like the mascot for Humpkins is a ugly little rat, little mouse.
So gross.
So we're over in Brooklyn, and Chivy and Rufus are discussing their big gallery opening. It's finally the day. that they're going to have this party and they're going over the guest list. And it seems as though there are way more declines than people actually going. And they realize that Lily is also throwing a charity event with paintings. Like, what are the odds of that? And
I know.
Chivy's like, oh, she's probably just doing this because she knew it was our event. I'm like, she probably doesn't give a shit about you, Chivy.
Yeah, like there's no way that Lily did this to spite Rufus and fucking
No. Chivy, right, exactly. And so it's a charity event too, which is great. And so Chivy says, I'm going to donate a ton of money so that they don't have to hold this charity event anymore. I'm like, well, it doesn't really work like that. Like, charity will always need money. Like, it's not like, oh, we get to this cap and we're gonna,
we're
good. Close our doors. Exactly.
Right.
So the event doesn't get canceled. So Humpkins decides they're going to auction off the paintings from their gallery at Lily's event. And Chivy also states to Lily that she is dying to bid on that infamous Rainbow Woman painting from the Vanderwoodsons. Lily thinks this is preposterous. There's no way you would be able to afford such a thing. And Rufus tells her, well, actually, she's got Cece's money. So, ouch. God, that must have stung real bad to hear that from your ex.
Did it sting more than the fact that she said to him, like, oh, you're with someone with money and you left someone with money? Because it's not your money she's spending.
Nope. It's right. And it's essentially still like Lily's money.
Yes, exactly. You still have Vanderwoodson money.
It's still Vanderwoodson money. Exactly.
Or Rhodes. It's Rhodes money. I'm sorry. Rhodes money.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it, it's still the same. And so there is a bidding war that's going to happen now, and Chuck gets involved, and it's Lily and Chivy and Chuck, and they're all bidding, and then they start all arguing about whose side is on who and teaming up. And at that point, Rufus is the winner of the painting for $1.1 million, which of course Chivy is now going to pay for. So to tie in Chuck, he's still hard at work trying to figure out how to... Ooh, do you hear my stomach growling?
No, I didn't. Oh, no.
It was a big rumble. He's trying to figure out how to get the proof and evidence on Bart with the oil trading. He gets security from the Vanderwoodsons to spy on Bart and this envelope that Chivy has seen him with last episode. So the only link right now is Bruce Kaplan, who is like the go-to for everything in the Bass and Vanderwoodson household. And so he was the one to have brought the envelope to Bart. So Nate tells Chuck he's going to set up a meeting with Bruce to see if he can kind of fish and sort of trick him into giving him some business advice so that it would shed some light onto maybe how Bart was going with his transactions.
This story is so convoluted. Like
so
every
ridiculous.
week when we get to Chuck and following him and trying to take down Bart, I have to pay attention very closely because I'm just watching and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, now we're chasing here. What is happening? What?
Yeah. And I think that at this point, I'm kind of just like, let me just get the gist. I don't need to be very specific, but let me just get the gist.
Okay. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're trying to prove
I know
that Bart has illegally traded oil. Essentially, that is the whole premise. So Bruce doesn't give Nate any information, but Nate steals Bruce's phone. He's trying to figure out, because he's got like a coding system, much like our friend Diana Payne, where they couldn't understand what all these codes mean. They figure out that he uses movies as codes and that Bart's name was with the movie Traffic. So that's where the head of the drug cartel hides records of trades in the back of a painting. So they're like, okay, now we know this has to do with the oil trading and it has to be hidden in one of the paintings. So Nate heads over to the Vanderwoodsons and he's searching through all their paintings, and obviously he comes up short because then he notices the Richard Phillips, which is the Spectrum painting, is missing from their home, which is obviously it's a very prominent piece in their apartment. And so, as we know, Humpkins wins this painting. And so Chuck offers to buy it from Chivy, in which he has to pay twice as much. So I guess $2 million for this painting, which of course, Chuck is like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
And when all is said and done, the envelope isn't even in the painting because it seems as though Chivy has the envelope and she tells someone on the phone to come back now. So who do you think that is?
You know, you first want to say it's Lola, but maybe now she's working with Bart. But that would be, I don't know, because she's working with Chuck. At this point, Lily, Chivy just works for anyone. Like, we used to love her and we thought that she had a moral code, and maybe she really just loves Cece, like, genuinely, but everyone else, I don't think so. Like, she doesn't care about Rufus. She doesn't care about Chuck. She's just a pawn in everybody's game. Maybe it was, what's his face? William.
Vanderwoodson?
Yeah. Like, you can come back. I could work with you on this. Or maybe it is Bart. But Bart seemed pretty upset that was missing.
Yeah.
And also, like, why wouldn't you tell Lily where you hid it? Because she says that. Like, how was I supposed to know? Like, fill her in. And I hope now, since we're going to be entering, oh my God, episode 7, we are so damn close to the end and nothing has fucking happened. I know we say this every week, but it truly just hit me.
It hit you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened. Okay, so maybe next week things are going to happen. And maybe now Lily will be like, okay, because I'm still truly want to believe that Lily's going to turn and work with Chuck and leave Bart. I still have that feeling.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, we have to talk about the return of Sag. I feared this day.
We don't have to. Like, we could just kind of just pretend it didn't happen. Like, let's just not talk about this.
I know.
I can't believe it, Liz. I truly, I should have just audioed you after I texted you. I sent her a screenshot and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Or fucking bullshit. And poor Aunt was watching with me and I was like, you don't even know, Aunt. You
don't even know.
Don't even know. And the whole time I was just like, are you kidding? This is so gross. Go ahead.
Well, next week's episode, I was flipping tables. So literally it was
together. We're together next week.
Yeah. Thank goodness, because this is going to be a wild ride. Oh, my light just shut off.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm glad we're together next week so we can continue to watch the madness that is the last of this series.
Exactly. It's dead. Oh, well. Okay, so my light just turned off. I'm in the dark. I need to be in darkness because I'm depressed. I'm also wearing black. Oh, there it comes. This is a very weird light. Yeah.
It's like, wait, I want to hear you shit talk on Sag.
Exactly. Okay, so as we said, Dan, he's staying at the Vanderwoodsons. He and Serena, his only bestie left, are discussing his new serial on Blair. And Serena is happy that they both have each other, since they don't really have anyone else at this point. And Dan agrees, yeah, it's great that we have each other, but I'm going to get out of your hair. I'm going to go find my own new apartment since I have my money from Vanity Fair. So Serena's like, oh, okay, I'll be the nice girl and go offer to help you find apartments. So they go out hunting. And apparently Dan got used to riding Vespas when he was in Italy. So now he has a Vespa. I'm sorry. Yeah. What?
I mean, why not? When you have that Vanity Fair money, just buy one. You can just zip around the city.
How about buy yourself an apartment first, or like rent an apartment first? But
no,
okay,
that's no fun. Get yourself a Vespa because that's the thing to do. That's the thing to do.
So true.
Yeah,
and it's so apropos because then the paparazzi, they find Dan and Serena on the Vespa and they hurry off, which is like, Same couple, but like more shallow issues. It's like this. We've literally just did this first season, I guess.
Yep.
And it's the same thing, except now they just have like more issues that are like silly. So they go to their first date spot. Why they chose there, I guess because it's private, and they are playing pool. And we find out Serena is actually really good at pool, and she was just trying to flirt with Dan back in the day. What a shock. Then Gossip Girl posts that they are at this bar. So they decide they're going to leave separately out of separate exits. And they both agree like, oh, this was really good while it lasted. So then Serena, then Serena comes back to the Van der Woodsens, and Nate is there because, as we know, he's checking on all of the paintings, but of course he doesn't lead on to that. And they talk about Dan and how now Serena, she's coming up with some feelings again. She's starting to feel a little flushed, and Nate is like, wait a minute, wait. He tries to take her off the edge. And he's like, you just broke up with Steven. You just did this. You always do this, honey. Please don't fall into this pattern. And plus, Dan wrote awful things about you and everyone else that he's supposedly friends with. And Serena's like, yeah, actually, you know what, Nate, you're right. I can't believe I'd ever want to be with someone like Dan. And of course, Dan overhears this. And so they argue, and they're arguing both pathetic points. And I have exactly what they said because I feel like I need to dissect it a little bit because I call bullshit on every single thing they said.
Okay, before you go continue, I just want to insert, thank you, Nate. That's it. Thank you, Nate.
He tried. He really did try.
But he was like, I just like that he got to the point. There's no way, and it's too soon, that you have real feelings for Dan.
Exactly.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
So we have Serena. This is Serena saying, I know it sounded bad, but you heard it out of context. Dan, in what context can selfish egomaniac be positive? Serena, I was telling Nate what a good time I had with you, but Dan says, yeah, I heard the but part. Serena, but that's confusing for me because I have spent the past few months hating you. I told you I loved you, and then you rejected me for my best friend. Okay. You rejected me for nearly everyone on the Upper East Side, Dan says. Can you blame me for having doubts? And I say to myself, can someone explain that one? Because I agree, back in season 4, she couldn't decide between Dan and Nate.
Right.
The positivity light is coming on me. And so I guess with that, like that stuck with him, right? But then like the whole other scenario of like neither party picked each other. You guys kept picking other people over each other.
Right.
Okay, let's pick it up again. Serena, you had more than doubts. You told me you never wanted to see me again. Dan, you mean after you used me to make a sex tape to destroy me and your best friend? I'm not the bad guy here. I go, you're most definitely equally as bad, but okay. And Serena says, you want everyone to believe you're poor, sweet Dan Humphrey from Brooklyn, but you sent that video of Chuck and Blair into Gossip Girl to try and ruin their wedding. And then you pinned it on me. And Dan says, yeah, I didn't want Blair to marry the wrong man. And it's not like you ever used Gossip Girl to further your own agenda. Oh, wait, you were Gossip Girl for a second. And Serena says, only to restore the balance after Georgina's reign of terror, who is now partnering with you to attack and humiliate everyone that you care about in your expose. Then Dan said, which leads us back to your reasoning for calling me a selfish egomaniac. Yes, you definitely are. I can't believe this argument. I had to go back and see exactly what they were saying to each other because I was like, my head's like flipping one to the next. And I'm like, you're both awful.
They're exactly the same.
They're exactly the same. And like, what are you even arguing about at this point? Like,
they're not.
You've both done the same exact thing to each other.
Yeah. All Serena's trying to get at is, I like you and can we sleep together? And Dan Padgy Boy is like, yeah, okay, you're convenient. And sure, that sums that up. Let's just have some tense moments and go into an elevator and have a break and let's reminisce because that happened before.
Exactly. This has happened before, and now the elevator breaks and they're stuck with each other yet again. And he says that he couldn't face getting what he always wanted and then risk losing it. And he's sorry that he never responded to her when she said, I love you.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
He's sorry about not responding to that. And he says he couldn't face getting what he always wanted and then risk losing it again. So
No.
Serena has always been what he's wanted, because I just have never seen that. I'm just saying.
Well, no. In the beginning, yes.
Season 1, yes.
Yes, this was the girl he wanted. But how about all of these feelings for Blair? What happened to that?
And Vanessa. And who else? I mean, obviously, the heart wants what it wants. At the end of the day, if you love someone, you do eventually get over that and start dating other people. If the other party is not willing to participate in this.
Sure, right.
But
because I feel like he would have the same conversation with Blair and be like, you are who I've always wanted. Like, not always, right? I know. Because I just feel like, yes, you wanted Serena so bad, but then you very much passionately moved on to Blair.
Very passionately.
Like, up into what? Last episode? Like, I just, these two are the worst.
They're the worst. They're the real worst.
Oh my, our Sag fans cannot be okay with this. Like this.
They're loving it. They're loving it. It's Sag is back on. They can't get enough.
Give me a barf bucket. I need to throw up. It's so gross.
Yeah. And then Serena admits that she has also tried to convince herself that Dan is terrible so she can move on and prevent herself also from getting hurt.
Sure.
Maybe in the latter few, months, but not before that.
So, like, let me get this straight. Just to recap. Serena was about to say yes to Matt Camden because she got so excited with the ring and like, oh my God, he's the one. Like, I totally need to marry him. And he's like, I can't do this. And so then Padge is like, hey, you want to get a milkshake? Like 1 second later. And she's like, I've always been in love with you. It's you. Let's sleep together. Did I get that right? I just want to make sure we're like understanding. Okay.
You got it. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. I would love for all of you Sag fans out there to write a convincing personal statement. And I will select the best one I feel is worthy of me understanding and sympathizing with this couple.
Well, I would also would like that too. Mm-hmm. I would also like to hear that because this. Wow.
If you do it, I will send you a sticker. All the participants will get a sticker. So if you guys want to, throw me a bone, I want to have some fun here. Okay?
Not just you a bone. Throw us a bone. Yeah. Like we want to read your personal statements on Sag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the elevator starts to work and she invites him to come up to have some, not just strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries. It's like we're throwing in so many old Sag references here. And of course he accepts and they both are hopeful for like a fresh start. And then of course they kiss and my eyes started to close. I couldn't watch it. And then they have sex. Yes. But Padge says, are you sure? What is this? Some chair stuff?
Right. Well, also, so if she says yes, I don't know. Well, it's just unbelievable.
What if she said no?
Well, not only that, it's just like y'all slept together. You were so angry the last time you slept together because she forced it and she lied about that, like how that all happened and with the whole sex tape, and, her filming them. And I'm just like, is it because you guys are lonely? Like, I'm really trying to understand.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you've always had a connection with this person, but truly it's because you guys are lonely, right? Like you're both each other's rebound right now. That's what's happening.
Yes, exactly. They usually are. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a short break. I need to recoup, and then we'll come back with some trivia.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed your break from the sadness of everything. But this title is based off the movie Where the Wild Things Are. This is the first time where Serena and Blair don't share a scene together in the entire episode. I guess we've never done that ever.
Really?
That's what trivia tells me. It's what the IMDb tells me. Then we have the Queen of Schemes. This is Dan's serial on Blair. Says if you live in New York or you have your finger on even the faintest pulse of modern fashion, then you've seen the disaster that is Blair Waldorf's most recent attempt at world domination. For as long as I've known Blair, power has been her holy grail. She has always wanted it more than anything, been willing to do anything to get it, double-cross anyone she thinks might stand in her way, yet it continues to elude her. More than anything, Blair wants the power she wielded in high school. Her hunger for power is her fatal flaw. Her hunger for power is her fatal flaw. She wants to be Queen Bee again. It was a title she earned through manipulating and scheming against anyone and everyone, leaving her entire social realm in the state of constant upheave. And it worked for her. Now the rest of the world has grown up and she still acts like the schoolgirl. Blair has faces, she has different faces, like masks she puts on in order to get what she wants. To thrive at Constance, she became Queen Bee, imperial, cold, and a very cruel sense of humor. She was absolutely ruthless when it came to establishing popularity and maintaining dominance. And what made her especially dangerous is that she is so smart. The girl can look at you, ferret out your weakness, your greatest vulnerability, and then twist the screws slowly like the most hardened inquisitors. She did it to me, sure, but the real victim was my little sister, Jenny, who spent years trying to only do the queen's bidding, stealing, lying to our parents, making the other girls cry in a fruitless attempt to please Blair and secure her own safety at Constance. It didn't work. Even years later, when she should have put her own childish things aside, Blair quite literally banished Jenny from Manhattan. Seriously, she issued the banishment like a queen issuing a royal decree, and Jenny, who would otherwise willfully and tough, humbly obeyed. Stranger still, we all humbly obey. So powerful as Blair's imperial mask, like the queen in fairy tales. Blair fixates on the women who pose the greatest threat to her reign. Jenny was small potatoes compared to the Serena Vanderwoodson. I mean, all truth to me here.
I know.
Nothing. And I guess all of what he's saying is truth. Even in Nate's stuff was true, but that was hurtful. Where Blair's, I feel like
she would own it.
She would own this. Yeah. It's hurtful, but it's stuff she already is okay, yeah, I think I'm trying to make amends for that, but also she's still doing it. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We had some music by Lemonade, My Fiction, All Wrong, and the Plans Change, Hot Chip, Tara Simmons, MNDR, Wild Future, and White Arrows. Mike says, how long will this run of SAG last? Did you see the SAG reunion coming?
No, clearly. I guess
Not even last week?
Well, yeah, last week I did, but I mean, I wasn't happy about it. I guess 2 episodes.
Okay, so 2 more episodes and they will fizzle out and not be together?
Yeah. I think they're each other's rebound.
Okay. What will Chivy do with the evidence she has on Bart? Do you think she'll tell Rufus about it?
No. I mean, okay, so she wants to take down Lily, but she's using Rufus to do so. So maybe she would. And then Rufus would try to go to Lily. Maybe. Would he? I don't know. I maybe. And then Lily would be like, I already know about the oil, so get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Will Chuck get to Chivy first, or will Bart find his way of stealing back the envelope?
I think Bart.
So Chuck is going to be behind. on
Yeah,
everything.
because obviously we're still going to continue this wild chase. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Will also brings up all the past references of the Sag stuff going on in this episode, and then says the Rufus, Chivy, Lily post painting scene that ended with Chivy kissing is my nominee for worst scene in the entire show.
Wow.
Do we have she says, do you two have any? So I guess a nominee for the worst scene in the entire show. Mine's the threesome. It still will forever be the threesome.
Yeah, that lives rent free.
Yeah, rent free right in the noggin.
I'm sure there's another one. That is a really good bonus episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
definitely.
Worst scene in Gossip Girl.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Vic says, why is Lily okay with whatever Bart does? What do you think Ivy will do with the envelope?
Yeah. I think Lily is she's like, well, this is the life I chose, so I better just deal with it. And Rufus is being an ass. So I'll just, again, I'm not even going to repeat it because y'all know what I'm going to say. She's going to redeem herself. I'm just saying it. I just want her to work with Charles.
Yeah, same. Do you think Blair's designs are what we will see in the new Gossip Girl?
I was really hoping that. we were going to have a tie-in there.
Yeah.
I hope
Agreed.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you needed to stay somewhere for a few days, where would you go? A hotel or a friend's place?
I'd go to my mom's.
Yeah, same. So same. Yep.
Yeah, I'd go to my mom's or your mom's.
Yeah, right? Exactly. We would go to either of our moms.
Yeah.
What about fashion and headbands? I found one headband.
I also had one. I liked Blair's cherry earrings she was wearing in the first couple of scenes and her yellow coat.
Yeah, I loved Lily's charity dress. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And I like Serena's red, like burgundy sweater.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I didn't have much else.
Yeah, that's it.
What about some quotes?
I am not all scheme and no substance.
I love that. You are running my business like you were still the meanest girl in high school.
I don't have the quote, but I have this scene where I think it was Blair who referenced the return of Vanessa.
Oh, yeah. I loved that too. And even when she says even that goth princess Jenny Humphrey had talent.
Yes.
And I loved, you're not mature, polite, or professional, and even your own mother knows it. I have all the Padge quotes.
Yeah, and then I have, you won't look good in hemp.
And you are trying to bully me into retracting an article about you being a bully.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah. Who is your MVP?
Nate.
Same.
It's pretty obvious, I think.
He helped the friends. That's all he had to do.
And he, had that good talk with Serena. Like, there's no way you have real feelings for Padge. So, like,
yes.
No.
Agreed. You and I are the only people who chose Nate, naturally. We did have votes for Sag because some people were very excited that they were back on.
Oh, come on.
We had votes for Blair and votes for Dorota.
Okay, Dorota.
What about your shittiest?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really like anybody.
No.
I'm going to go with Rufus. I'm not liking him. And I feel like I was listening to Jessica's podcast, and actually they had, I'm blanking on his name, but the actor who played Aaron Rose.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a good episode, but they were talking about how when Jenny wanted to get emancipated, and they were like, "Oh, Rufus is such a good dad," and I was like, "Man, Rufus sucks now. Like, he's just awful."
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, we made him even more spineless. It's just so. I really thought this season he was going to go his own way and open up a gallery or work on the music and date someone more appropriate who's not wrapped up in this bullshit. I wanted so much more.
Agreed.
You
But
really
it's
you've become nasty like the people you didn't want to be associated with.
he became hard, just like Dan.
Right. It's just, ugh. So yeah, Rufus, you suck.
Does suck. I picked Chivy, but I also had Blair, and then I crossed it out and I picked Chivy because I'm just like, I'm over you. Goodbye. I loved you, and now I have no room for you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I
We
do
had
want
the
to
most
know.
votes for her.
Oh, we did. Yeah. I do
Yeah.
want to know how this all ends. I really do. But also, man,
When do you think we're going to find out?
by episode 8.
Oh, okay.
So in 2
I wanted
episodes.
to give a little shout out to Jen, who sent me some of her thoughts. And she actually says that episode 8 is her favorite of the season. And she understands why we're having such issues. And she feels sorry that we're having such issues with this season. She actually really loves this season, but she understands why we would have a problem with it. She loves the over the top scheming and the grand storylines. And she said that the idea that Bart Bass, the uber successful businessman, would hide incriminating evidence in the back of a painting instead of just destroying it. It's so ridiculous, but I love it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right? It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's go into a Betty of the week.
You're a total Betty. You're a total Betty. You're a total Betty.
This week I chose Lisa. We love Lisa. To love her so much. Yes. She's been with the Total Betties for quite some time. We love when we get to hear from her when she participates in Topic Tuesday or sends us our emails for each episode. It's just great to hear from her. I love her perspective on most things. And she usually brings like a fresh take. So
yeah.
Just wanted to say thank you, Lisa. Thanks for listening and being with us. We really just love and appreciate you.
Thanks, Lisa. I also want to give a happy birthday shout out to Emily.
Yay!
Happy birthday. She's a Betty. She's a part of the network. And I want to give a shout out to Vic. Thank you so much for your sweet card. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all of our Betties.
We love all of you. You guys are the best. Okay, so the title for next week in my 3 gossip words. Are you ready?
Yes.
Notebook is so far.
Oh my God, episode 7. Like, what is life? Okay.
Episode 7.
7 weeks. We've been doing this.
It's terrible. All right, so title for next week, episode 7 is Save the Last Chance.
Oh my God.
And my 3 gossip words are 3 gossip words. Revenge, monarchs, apologies, which I really wanted to say amends, but apologies works.
All right. So maybe revenge has to do more with Chivy and her continued revenge. And monarch, something to do with Bart, I think. Unless maybe we're doing like a monarch butterfly motif. That'd be super creative, Lissy. And then apologies. Maybe we get an apology. Oh, man. There's so many ways this can go depending on how the episode goes, which is like a giant duh statement. But maybe we get apologies that have to do with Serena and Blair. We get apologies having to do with Lily and Charles. We have apologies of Rufus and Lily.
There's lots of apologies.
Yeah. Maybe Serena, maybe Sag has another apology moment. Like, I'm so sorry that we waited and I did this and you did this and blah, 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 blah bullshit. Monarch.
Monarchs, plural.
Oh, monarchs. Oh, still doesn't help. But
like, does it change anything?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You did your best. They were difficult words. We'll be together next week to watch.
Yeah.
I'm excited. what do you think we should do as an emoji?
A painting?
A painting.
Does
Yeah,
that
throw in a
exist?
painting. There has to be some sort of painting. So,
Yeah, I think there's like that. Let me see.
or maybe like a rainbow heart if you can find the painting, because it's Pride Month, first of all. Second of all, we love rainbow and it has to do with the painting. So
Sure.
if you can't find a painting, send us a rainbow heart. You can drop it in an Apple Podcast review. That would look stunning as
cute.
the title for an Apple Podcast review. I'm just saying. Maybe you want to consider it if you haven't already. We would super appreciate it. It's a free and fun way to support the show and support the Bettys. We would be so happy and love to read them. Don't you love when we get super excited to read the podcast reviews? It's so fun. Well, Michelle just looked and we don't have one to read. So maybe you guys can do something about that. How about
it?
Just change the narrative here. Help the girls out. We would super appreciate it. Also, while we're here, if I want to, you want to plug some more Betty stuff, you can head over to our Patreon page and see what that's about. If you're interested, we did start a new $1 tier, so you get a shout out on the podcast and you get to, just see what we got going on over there. We love each and every one of our pledges. You guys are the best. And maybe that's something that you'd want to consider getting some perks to the podcast, all the P's.
Yeah.
All right. So before we go to After Dark, I'm going to read the Will Street for the episode. Yes. Gossip Girl characters as comebacks for the Sag comeback.
Oh, so creative.
This was a good one. Yeah. So Blair, 2004 Boston Red Sox. Everyone was rooting for them. A real feel-good story. Chuck, the prodigal son. The Bible, he puts in parentheses. They both were always having to fight over the rightful inheritance. Dan and Serena, Sag, they are their own comeback. Shout out to Mike and all the other Sag believers. Nate, Vincent Vega and John Travolta's comeback film Pulp Fiction. Both got voted most likely to die on the toilet after a failed business transaction. Chivy, Vivian and Pretty Woman. They were both lower-class women who had the funds to go back to buy expensive things from people who humiliated them for being poor. Big mistake. Rufus, Chinese Democracy, Guns N' Roses. Both got too old and became parodies of themselves. Lily, Vanilla Ice, Hard to Swallow. Both were uninteresting, cold, and kind of sad towards the end. Eleanor, the Star Wars The Force Awakens, refreshing, full of force and life, and fulfilled a much-awaited comeback. And Jack, a boomerang. They are Australians. Wait, they are Australian, mate.
So good, Will. Oh, that was so creative.
That one was really fun. I loved this one. It was really special.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will. And if you're interested in sending a topic for Will to make Gossip Girl characters in, the link to that submission is in the episode show notes. So check it out if you have a cool idea, and he'll get around to doing it. We love hearing them. It's the best.
Yeah, you're so good.
All right, Michelle, it's time we jump into the After Dark. Yeah. She's not excited.
No, there's just nothing to talk about. But I like getting on a roller coaster anyway.
Yeah, let's click in. And we're clicking.
Go. Click,
click, click, click, click, click, click. Ah! You know you love us.
XOXO.
Gossip Girls.
After Dark.
After Dark. So Mike says, how did Padge send a Gossip Girl blast of Sag's location without Serena noticing? Also, if Blair was able to find Padge using the Gossip Girl Stalker GPS app then couldn't the paparazzi use it to find Sag's location? Or does it only work if you have your location on your phone? Or is it like when people check in on Facebook? Was cell phone technology advanced back then? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it was thought out. Clearly.
I think maybe somehow he somehow just either someone actually did see them and they sent the blast to Gossip Girl and he just posted it really quickly, Or he did it himself, like in the bathroom or something. And he's very clever, as we know.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe, like, I'm waiting for Serena to find out that Dan is Gossip Girl, because don't you think her idea of this, like, perfect boy will change?
But you know what? I could see her being like, well, I forgive you.
I was shitty too.
Yeah. She forgives very easily. Like,
Yes,
very
we
easily.
know.
It's almost like she has the attention span of a goldfish because she moves on to things super quickly.
Yeah,
so,
she does.
Yeah.
And it's super frustrating.
It is.
Yeah. But, like, at this point, we have about 3 episodes left with the finale. So they better stir up something, because next week is frustrating because, like, we get some stuff, but then, like, towards the end, I'm like, wait, are you actually kidding me?
Did we get any intel from Shanna or no?
No, she didn't have time to send me anything, but hopefully for next week.
I understand.
Sorry to disappoint.
You know, it's just looking for some faith.
She's just like, oh yeah, like, that's not really good. I'm like, yeah, now we're up to the point where, like, Sag is, like, getting back together, and she's like, oh yeah, when they both, like, we're shitty people, so we'll be together. I'm like, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So she's like, yeah, it's just a wild ride. I'm like, it hasn't actually been wild at all.
No.
Like, nothing has happened.
I don't think it's been a wild ride. It's been pretty mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre at best. After next week's episode, I came out of the bedroom after watching it, and I said to Randy, I would rather watch all of Dexter, including the bad seasons, 3 more times and watch Gossip Girl ever again, because of what happens in next week's episode. And it's, like, nothing even major. It's just something that we continually do over and over and over again. That I'm like, when does it stop? When does the writing get better? It doesn't. It just has plateaued. That's it. It doesn't get better.
I'm still wondering, do I want to watch season 8 of One Tree Hill, or do I want to watch Gossip Girl? I don't know.
Right.
I
really don't know. I guess I would pick One Tree Hill right now only because it's been a while since we've watched, and it would be, like, more refreshing to kind of be like, oh yeah, that's what happens, as opposed to, like, watching what we kind of already just watched. So yeah, I'll pick One Tree Hill for now.
For shits and giggles, I should just revisit season 8 and then do commentary on it and see if anything has changed. I'm sure I'll get to a point and I'll be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I feel like 7 and 8 go hand in hand, obviously, because after 6 is when they have, like, the new characters come in and stuff. So yeah, not good.
Not good.
But anyway, that's where we leave you. Next week, we'll be back with episode 7, which is titled Save the Last Chance. So maybe we'll get, like, a cool Julia Stiles breakdown in it. Just kidding. It just sucks. So we'll be back next week. You'll hear all of the banter and the rants. Okay, XOXO.
Thank you so much for listening to 3 Gossip Girls podcast. You can email us at 3gossipgirlspod@gmail.com. Or if you want to follow this show and all of our others, you can head over to Instagram at Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vocora.